Hey, hello, my name is Elio. I'm the owner of Scalp Tats, and this is my story. As a young man, I started suffering from hair loss, and it started happening when I was about 16 years old. Started going back, and the next thing you know, I had like the Phil Collins thing going on. And then that started thinning. So by the time I was about 17, close to 18 years old, I just shaved my head. Now, when you lose your hair at an early age, that early in life, it has very adverse effects. The first effect was it made me look old. And looking older during your teenage years has certain advantages and disadvantages, but it pretty much had more disadvantages than the advantages. The pros didn't outweigh the cons. First thing off the back, you get teased. Your friends start making, wisecrack remarks, and, even though you shoot fireworks back at them, deep down inside it hurts your ego. And, when you go to bed at night, you think about it, and, you try to stay strong, but, it's still slowly picking at your ego. Wake up in the morning, you see what's going on, and automatically it's like a bad day. Pretty much, you start off with a negative vibe, looking in the mirror and seeing your youth pretty much deteriorate. And as they say here in New York, it wasn't a good look. It was hard. It was hard, women, some chicks, were feeling on you, but for the most part, it was kind of hard with the girls, especially in your teenage years, because, you pretty much want to date chicks your own age and be around your own age group. Now, one of the pros was that looking older, you got a few older chicks there, which was good, but you rather would have the young ones. And I'm pretty sure you guys understand what I'm saying. Then, you wanted to wear a hat all the time to hide the fact that you're losing your hair. And, for me, shaving my head was like a mechanism that I used to conceal or hide the fact that my head was going bald. And, I shaved for years and years and years. And I was one of those dudes in the middle of the night, I was looking at the hair transplant commercials, and I was thinking, what if? And I would also think, what if this never happened to me? How my life would have evolved, and what course I would have went on in the journey of life, and what destiny, ultra destiny, would have come into my life if this hasn't happened. Because, losing your hair at that age, it's very psychological. Now, watching these commercials on TV, it was expensive. It was very expensive. And being a young man at that time, economically and financially, that procedure was pretty much out my reach. And when I really think about it, I'm kind of glad I didn't do it, because I've seen some horrific hair transplant scars, and the results that they give are hit and miss. I mean, you'll never see a bad one, but you'll see all the good ones. I mean, let me rephrase that. You'll never see a good one, but you'll see all the bad ones. One thing about my videos, they're real and they're not unedited, and I just want to throw that out there. Now, back to the hair transplant scars. When you first start losing your hair and you get it done, you can probably get away with it. But as hair loss continues, the more transplants you're going to need. And this is another element that a lot of doctors don't talk about or, explain to you. If they take a hair that is genetically programmed in its DNA to fall, if it doesn't fall from here, and if they take it, they'll move it over here, and if it has that engineering in its DNA, it'll fall from here. So instead of falling from here, it'll fall from there. And that's one element that when you get the hair transplant that you really, really have to think about. Did the hair that they move, did it have it in its DNA code to eventually have male pattern baldness? And that's the gamut you run with that. Now, like I said, I was glad I didn't do that. And in a way, I was kind of blessed of not really having the money to do it because, my hairline went from here all the way back here. So my donor area over the years receded and receded. And I probably would have fell victim to that DNA hair follicle thing I just explained. So I just kept shaving my head and I ran with it. I remember I was surfing on the net one day and, I always dabbled in looking into things for hair loss. And I remember that one day I stumbled upon this and I was like, wow, that looks good. So I was looking at it for a few months, and I was one of those dudes that was just checking it out, feeling it out, testing the waters. Until that one day came that I said, you know what? I've been wanting to do something about this for years. I just never took action. And that one day came, I made that phone call and I went down there. And the artist that took care of me, excellent dude, professional, did a great job, very satisfied. But the company, the pricing was a little out of reach, out of touch, I should say, because, being that this is a hair tattoo, I should say, the word tattoo, it shouldn't be overly expensive. So I had the money at that time, so I was able to afford it. Now, I'm glad I did it. I have no regrets. Even the price, like I said, my wallet was a little full by then, so I was able to withstand the hit. But I knew I found something special in getting this done. I feel as if I erased 10 to 15 years of my life. I look younger, I feel better. My outlook on life has completely changed. This is a great thing, and it looks real. I mean, it looks like I have my hair, but I shave my head. And after being bald, shaving my head bald for so many years, this fit right in. I mean, it just blended right in with my lifestyle. I was one of those dudes that always had the head shaved, and I just didn't really have nothing going on here. So when I did this, it just blended right in. And to have that line, again, I mean, you can't put a price on that, man. I mean, you get up in the morning, brushing your teeth, and you look in the mirror, and you start the day off on a positive note. You're feeling good, you're looking good, the day's gonna be good. So, after having this metamorphosis in my mentality and the way I'm seeing life, I said, you know what? I got to get into this. And I jumped right in. Now, I have a little advantage over everybody because as a young man, I actually tattooed. And I understand the elements of tattooing. And I put out superior results. I mean, look at the website, check it out. Look at some of the before and after pictures. Now, my clients, I always ask if they want to take pictures. If they don't want to take pictures, I don't take them. I respect that. Now, for the ones that do, you know, I take before and afters, and you can see my work is meticulous. I have a eye for detail. And my work is just as good as anybody's, if not a little bit better, because, you know, my technique and approach to the healing and the overall approach is different, you know? And if you want to get this done, it behooves you not to give me a call, or at least come down and talk to me. Let me explain this whole thing to you. So like this, when you shop around, and I really do expect for you to shop around, you'll make an educative, informative decision. You know, so you get the same answers everywhere, and then you choose your practitioner accordingly. Now, the only real difference between me and everybody else is that I charge within the spectrum of tattoo pricing. Tattoo artists charge two ways: by the piece and by the hour. So I kind of like combined both of those elements into my pricing. Piece is probably about that big, and it takes about 3 hours on the average. So a master tattoo artist is going to charge you anywhere from $300 and up an hour. And a lot of other tattoo artists, for tattoo about that big, you're looking at about $600 to $1,000, depending on the intricate detailing and, you know, the shading and, you know, how much detailing is going to go into that piece. And that's where I get my prices from. I believe it's an honest, fair price. I'm putting out great, superior results. And, you know, I'm giving you a fair, honest outlook on it. Now, my name is Elio. I charge $5.99 a session. I've been tattooing since the 1990s. I've launched my successful operation since 2014. It behooves you not to come check me out. At least get educated on this. You know, it doesn't have to be with me, you know, and I expect you to do your due diligence because it's your head. And, you know, that with anything in life, you do due diligence. You just don't rush into something. You know, you go out there, you feel everybody out, and whatever you feel the most comfortable with, then you make a logical decision and you go with it. And that's pretty much it, dude. You know what I'm saying? I just want to be real and honest with you. Now, once again, my name is Elio. I'm the owner of Scalp Tats. My philosophy is change your hairline, change your life. Because that's what we do here. We change lives. You come in and you leave a different man. You leave a different individual. What we do in here is kind of like magic, because you walk in feeling one way and you leave feeling different. And this is like forever. So I want to convey that and put that across to you, that not only do I want to change your hairline, but I also want you to change everything else in your life. Because for a lot of dudes, me included, losing your hair, you know, it's personal. And no matter how machismo you are, no matter how tough you think you are, you know, deep down inside, that corner of your inner self that you don't let nobody see or you don't even talk about, in there, inside there, you're hurting because you lost your hair. You know, and this is the answer for that. This is what you've been looking for. This is probably the greatest thing that ever came out for hair loss. You know, it looks real. It looks fantastic, man. I mean, when it's done the right way, you cannot tell whether that's a hair follicle or ink. And you owe yourself to give yourself the best in life.